Tommy with another best of 3 series in between the two pro players from the South Korean scene as the spawning here on Moondance. So once again, let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. As we have spawning in the upper left, in the blue, it is MARU, and his opponent spawning in the lower right, in the red, it is Hero. Now, these games have been played on the Dreamhack tournament in Valencia. It's a very similar, just like the finals from the GSL. Of course, you can see the finals from the GSL on the Africa TV studio channel on YouTube. But yeah, let's see exactly what they are doing here. It's a best of 3, not a best of 7, just like in the finals over there. And yet still is one of the best matches we have to offer in between Terran and Protoss. Let's have a look what exactly they are preparing, what exactly the build order is going to be. This hero is nicely placing his buildings here next to his mineral line, protecting, wishing of course to protect those workers against any harassment. We can see the close gateway, the close pylon, even gas has been made. Let's check. MARU is actually going for a double gas build order. Barracks is also here, and we also see a very early scouting probe. Hero really wishing to know what exactly the tactic is going to be here for MARU. So MARU might try something out of the ordinary with these double gas chambers. Look, is he going to perhaps into mass reavers? We've also seen Gumiho going for mass marauders, actually 2 marauders versus a Protoss. It could be really deadly, it could be really strong with those concussive shells. And yeah, this is exactly why Hero is just staying around with his pro, being annoying, hurting those SCV, almost killing here 2 SCVs. They're dropping really low, perhaps they need to be repaired. But yeah, MARU of course on point with his micro, as the walling is going to be pretty much completed really soon. And that Reaper should of course take care of this probe, as 1 SCV getting now finally repaired by MARU. The probe is pretty much trapped, and finally the Reaper takes care of it. And Hero with a very fast expansion, also having gas up. There's actually double gas for him as well, as he's chrono boosting out under the depths, and at the same time nicely hiding his Stargate in the back. So we might see some early harassment with some Phoenixes. We might see actually some Oracles really strong against the Terran, just to snipe those workers. And yep, nice job here by the probe, actually hurting 3 SCVs, so this would be a little bit better for the Oracle to come in and snipe them much faster, not that much energy needed. And yeah, let's have a look. MARU already having his factory out, going for a starport and also a expansion. So let's see if this Reaper could make something happen. 1 kill onto that probe. Is he perhaps going to try to snap some of those workers here? But you're of course anticipating an attack, moves patrols here with his adepts, as he's going to pretty much hold this Reaper at bay. He might even kill it here, so nicely done by Hero, and good micro by MARU, but at the same time that adept was much faster. And we see actually Hero going for Phoenixes, so interesting build order for him. Phoenixes early on, actually even chrono boosting another one out, so he wishes for us to be really strong here against those SCV. He might try to pull them up and then just snipe them. Let's see if this is going to work out. Some Marines are in the back, of course, just 4 of them. Let's see what exactly the plans are from Hero. We also have a nice mine, actually 2 mines, and a great connection out of 1 mine. So MARU playing it really defensively, expecting of course an attack by Oracles, but it is Phoenixes for Hero, as he's retreating now with his 1 Phoenix, and 2 more Phoenixes are joining the armies, actually pretty much massing those Phoenixes out. And let's have a look what exactly his plans are. Of course, Phoenix is really strong against the Terran, especially you can use them just to snipe those medivacs, and we know how much Terrans really need to rely on their medivacs, especially to harass the opponent. Let's have a look if these adepts could make something happen here. MARU not paying attention, but perhaps he wanted those adepts in, but no, it's just leaving the door open. Let's have a look. 1 SCV falling really low. I believe 1 SCV might have gotten sniped. Here of course tries to be as abusive as much as possible, scouting here the area with his adepts. Let's have a look at his home. So many Phoenixes here, 5 of them. And what else is he going for? Still more Phoenixes. Massive amount of gas for him. And yeah, MARU goes for an engineering bay, builds a bunker, so like I told you, really defensive gameplay for MARU as he's uplifting here his starport. And yeah, even if he adds those medivacs, will be he really has to be careful with them, as he's adding a Raven now just to have vision in case some Dark Templars are coming in. But yeah, those medivacs pretty much under threat out of those Phoenixes, so Hero showing us an interesting strategy. I haven't casted so many games out of Protosses using massive amounts of Phoenixes, 6 of them. And right now I believe he might transition into some gateway units. Yes, indeed, he's going for a forge. He might try to go for some upgrades for those ground units, for those zealots, for those stalkers perhaps. Still more and more Phoenixes are being made, and we even have a robotics facility bay. So interesting strategy here by Hero, as the first Marines will be able to snipe those adepts, as Hero is not paying attention. I believe Steam will be finished really soon, a very late upgrade, and Weapons 1 and Armor is also being done. Weapons 1 for Hero as well. We have a robotics bay. We see the first Immortal going out. He might go for some Colossuses, as they're really strong against the Terran infantry. Now currently both players really respecting each other. Let's have a look if those Phoenixes somehow with full energy. I guess this is what Hero waited, just to have full energy, and moves here forward. He's going to perhaps try to snap that one Raven, but the Raven nicely defending itself with auto turrets. So some Phoenixes have fallen. As yeah, MARU really nice onto his defense. Let's have a look at his next steps. 2 more SCV have fallen, but MARU reacting with a turret, so Hero has to retreat. Yeah, those Marines and the Raven really nicely defending the location, as now MARU feels actually really confident, but of course he can't uplift those units into that medivac. He really has to move his infantry with his medivacs, as those Phoenixes are still pretty much alive, and he's going for a full-on attack. Hero reacts with some cannons, with some shield batteries. This is pretty much under threat. The Phoenixes are coming in, but there's just so much infantry here for MARU. MARU also having really many mines, and yes, some mines have been picked up. Let's just see where exactly he's going to drop them. Colossus is out, so the Colossus perfect counter against this. And yeah, the mines will be spread around the map. MARU takes control of the middle of the map, not going to allow any move out by Hero, but he's also retreating a little bit, as Marauders now join the army from MARU, and MARU was now having a good position for those mines, as if some Phoenixes would work past here through, they will just get so much splash damage, and this could be a really lucky shot for MARU. Those Phoenixes still on patrol, still waiting of course for those medivacs, but yeah, no such thing out of MARU yet. As yeah, he's just once again inviting Hero to do the first attack, and yeah, Hero is just going to stay back, just going to expand. The same can be said for MARU, as he's also taking this expansion. Worker wise, we have 62 workers for Hero and 56 for MARU. Both players pretty much respecting each other. Let's see if those Phoenixes somehow will be so unlucky to fly over those mines, as some observers should also be in the air for Hero. Here we see Hero take another expansion. MARU also preparing his next location to expand. And we also have that Ghost Academy. Of course, the Ghost Academy really much needed late on, after the 10-minute mark, especially due to those EMP shockwaves. So the EMP really strong against any Protoss, of course, just taking down those shields, really much needed unit, and of course also to cause panic towards the bases from the Protoss with that atomic bomb launch. So yeah, let's see when exactly Hero is going to get attacked. MARU still roaming around, still showing his presence. Hero still on the defense. Some long distance mining going on, and yeah, of course MARU also expanding while being in the middle of the map. He decides to take time to expand. Slowly but steadily we're taking on the 10-minute mark here. Still both players just roaming around, just preparing their economic game. Of course MARU tries to lure those Phoenixes into those mines. Here they are. This could be a lucky shot, but no. Hero nicely moving out. And there are no observers, or at least I don't see an observer, as Hero is now finally moving forward with his Phoenixes. He might pick up some units here, but I guess he's just showing his presence just forcing MARU back to defend, sniping an SCV left or right, and yeah, in the end he just takes out a couple of SCVs, but the main goal from him of course is to force MARU to stay back with his infantry, not to attack, and at the same time of course he's expanding, so up here by Hero and MARU has to retreat a little bit. He has some Vikings in the air, so of course the Vikings just to counter those Phoenixes, pretty much full energy Phoenixes. And once again Hero on the same patrol move, tries to move out, tries to snipe perhaps some units, but he needs to be careful against those mines. At the same time he's regrouping with his ground forces, with his zealots, with his Archons. Only one Colossus. Let's have a look if this is going to work out. I don't see an observer for him yet. Some nice illusions going out, and more Colossus have joined the army, as we might see finally a strong engagement here into the left part of the map. Some disruptors also much needed. If a good disruptor shot will be casted, or so many Marines will fall, so MARU needs to be careful of course with his micro, as Hero looking like he's pretty much going to commit, but at the same time he's eating now a orange looking like spell. Seems to be a spell against the armor from the Protoss, or an anti-armor spell being casted by that Raven, making those units look much orange. As we have an orange Archon now, actually 2 orange Archons, and some Colossus also eating some oranges here, as the Hero really has to retreat now and give respect towards the defense from MARU. And the MARU just adding yet another command center. We see the Zealots also nicely moving out. No War Prism yet for Hero, pretty much staying onto his ground army. And Zealots will be of course killed here. But yeah, let's see what exactly the plans from Hero and the plans from MARU are. Still very heavily infantry. We see some snipers, not that many, just 3 of them. Still the EMP will be really strong for MARU against Hero. And yeah, let's have a look at the next steps. Till the infantry is being spreaded, Hero decides to stay back on the defense, expanding once again. He has 77 workers versus the 67. Like I told you, most of them really pretty much giving respect towards each other, as some zealots will be sniped of course. But yes, you look at the minimap, none of them two really wishing to engage strongly. MARU of course fears those Phoenixes at home from Hero, so still leaves his infantry with his Medivacs. Perhaps he's just going to come here forward just to snipe one unit or other. And yeah, just showing here his presence, as he's going to try to force of course Hero to move out. But yeah, Hero pretty much on hold position, as we have a regroup going on by MARU in the middle of the map. We see lots and lots of Marines, many more snipers now with lots of energy. And yeah, there goes that EMP, and immediately one Phoenix gets shut down. See an Oracle as well, but yeah, that infantry looking really scary, as I believe MARU is going to take on the 6 o'clock position by Hero. Hero of course staying on the high ground, gives his Colossi there, has some Phoenixes, and still has vision against the infantry, as yeah, both players are pretty much maxed out now. So let's have a look. Perhaps everything is going to go down onto a very big fight. We're going to see what exactly is going to happen. Is one mine might get snapped here by Hero. Blink is of course done, as Hero spread his units. We see those zealots moving forward, going straight towards this location. And yeah, let's see if those CVs will be very likely the next target out of those zealots. So Hero doing a really nice job, causing some panic here. At the same time another move out with some stalkers, so MARU pretty much once again on the defense. Great EMPs once again used defensively. So yeah, Hero pretty much fighting here back and forward. The same can be said of course with MARU, as he adds some 2 liberators into his army. So yeah, multiple fights going on onto the map, as yeah, I believe those stalkers could even be sacrificed with those zealots. And yeah, let's have a look. Another SCV is going to get sniped. The expansion might get sniped here as well. Hero does a nice job. He forces MARU to perhaps spread his army. He's moving along, but in the end his Phoenixes have fallen now. So yeah, MARU might now feel much more confident to move out with his infantry into the Medivacs. We might see some drops, as the Phoenixes pretty much have disappeared. But hold on, now we see a transition by Hero into Tempest. We might see massive amounts of Tempest with range. Could be very good against those snipers. and against the Vikings as well. Yeah, let's see when exactly a big fight is going to happen, and still both of them are pretty much expanding all over the map. We are slowly but steadily closing at the 15-minute mark. Yeah, Hero really taking so many expansions here, but MARU very close by. He might try to snipe this expansion here with his infantry, with his ghosts. We might even see a nuclear launch. So let's have a look. The cannons are about to get finished, but no, they have to be cancelled. As MARU with a nice timing push going to take out this base pretty easily, so causing some economic damage here towards his enemy, towards Hero. Hero also adding more and more Tempests, already 4 Tempests, not deciding to go into carriers, and look at that, he is also known for his Psionic Storm 6 High Templars here being used by him. Psionic Storm of course really great against the infantry, as of course you can morph the High Templars into Archons later on. Archons are also really strong, but against those snipers, I don't know, they really heavily into that shield. But yeah, let's have a look what exactly is going to happen. Our MARU still tries to take out some of those buildings. A nuclear launch has been detected, but in the end the Colossi have taken care of that. So MARU is pretty much being pushed back. At the same time, MARU once again moves out with his second army, stims up as he's moving forward towards those cannons. The shield batteries are healing up, but there's so much EMP being caused once again by MARU. Going to snipe so many cannons, so many pylons. Even some zealots will fall. At the same time, he has another task force being prepared here. So yeah, in the end he's going to get chased away by Hero, but Hero having to multitask all over the place. The Tempest finally will get some connections, and yeah, MARU is being forced back. Great range out of those Tempest and the Colossi as well, as yeah, the Terran army pretty much has to retreat, has to regroup. Now I believe it's time for Hero to attack perhaps one of the expansion points. Some snipers could be attacked here, and yeah, Hero looking really strong. He has so many High Templars here with Psionic Storm. MARU has to be careful. Those storms will be really deadly, as turret after turret is going to fall here, but those EMPs are just great. However, the High Templar storms as well really strong. Both players are hurting themselves, each other really nicely with those storms, with those EMPs. And yeah, still MARU waits for those medivacs to heal himself up. Once again, a great EMP. Hero is going to attack as well with his Tempest, with his range, as the reinforcements are coming in for Hero really nicely. And the army was pretty much the same army, 127 versus 111. And as another expansion is about to get killed, but we have a nuke, so Hero needs to be really careful not to engage into that nuke. So the same can be said here for MARU. He might eat his own nuclear launch. He has been known once for nuking himself, but of course it happens. Everyone does mistake as the nuke is finally landed, but yeah, MARU this time not deciding to nuke himself out of the game. Okay, let's see how this game is going to continue, as Hero once again dealing so much damage with those Tempests, nicely kiting them back and forth, not having so much energy out of those High Tempests, but I believe he went into some Archons. So yeah, still Hero in a nice position. MARU is luring him forward with his infantry. He's just on hold position, but he's just losing unit after unit, and here we go, we have a nice stim, but in comes MARU from left, from right, from down, so from south, everywhere. And yeah, so much damage is being taken here by Hero as he keeps losing unit after unit, and the position is really good. But hold on, we have a great comeback with some zealots. However, the EMPs once again by MARU straight on point against Hero. And yeah, that surround was just amazing by MARU. He just lured Hero into a trap. He attacked from left, from right, and from above, and yeah, from everywhere actually. So Hero losing so much here of his army. Look at that, Hero dropping to 37 supply. This could even be the winning blow here out of MARU against Hero. So he abused this ledge, really, this position really nicely, attacking from left and right and from everywhere. Just pretty much such a hard fight for Hero to take, as he just was completely out micro that he couldn't possibly micro out of that fight. So in the end the Tempests were of course not that mobile, and yeah, let's see, the disruptor shots however can still keep him into this game. Still has some Tempests, he has some Void Rays, he has some Archons, some Stalkers, but another EMP just massing out against all of those units. And yes, so much damage is going to be taken. The reinforcements are here for MARU, and by the looks of it, this could be the game winning move by him indeed. Just a carrier and a Tempest being left alive. And here the infantry from MARU is still intact. He's going to take this game number 1, almost 20 minutes. So such a nice trap by MARU, deciding to lure Hero into a trap, and trap has fallen. Yeah, I mean, Hero has fallen into that trap really, really nicely. So congratulations for MARU taking game number 1. Let's just jump straight into game number 2. And we're back with game number 2, this time on Inside and Out. A very interesting name for a map, as we have spawning in the upper right in the blue it is MARU, and his opponent spawning in the lower left in the red it is Hero. So MARU with a nice first game, a nice trap against Hero. Hero of course not that mobile with his Tempest and with his Archons, and yes, the matter of fact that he was clumped up together with his army just could have eaten so many EMPs, and that's exactly what the idea from MARU was, just to punish the Protoss army with those EMPs, with those snipers, working out really, really well for him. A really, really early scout this time from Hero with his probe, as yeah, it's going to be once again much as annoying as possible. MARU has to take another SV out just to punish this probe, and we also see a gas, so the same build order just like in game number 1 by MARU with his barracks, with his double gas actually. So interesting enough, the probe is going to be seeing everything. Let's just check Hero out. Gas into gateway and pylon, so pretty standard stuff by him as well. Once again leaving the gateway and the pylon next to his proximity, not deciding to move out just to block the entrance here. So let's have a look how is that going to work out for him. Double gas like I told you for MARU, 1 SCV dropping really, really low as he's getting repaired. And yeah, the barracks should be finished really, really soon. So the first Reaper should of course take care of this scouting probe really, really quick. And yeah, Hero just decides to move back a little bit, but not before dealing some damage towards this supply depot. So really, really nice, annoying early on by Hero. There's the timing from his expansion around the 1 minute and 30-second mark. No expansion yet for MARU as he's going into a factory. It's going to be very likely once again a 1-1-1 builder, so 1 barracks into 1 factory and into 1 starport, and then of course he could build a command center into this location and just downfloat it here. There's the Reaper, so the probe has moved out. And yeah, let's have a look what this Reaper can do early on for MARU. As we see the cybernetic score being finished, let's see if he's once again going for a starport. Yes indeed, he's going for that starport, so we might see once again Phoenixes perhaps, or is he going for some Oracles? Double or triple Oracles early on could be really, really deadly against the Terran. I think that triple Oracle is really, really strong. Let's have a look if Hero is going to decide to do that. Currently it's just chrono boosting out some adepts, of course, for some defensive purposes. Expansion is also being done, so pretty soon he's going to have more workers here against his enemy. And the other probe still scouting, of course, the expansion point, but yeah, there's that hidden command center. Of course the Terrans can do this, can upload it and downfloat it. We also see a Hellion now being produced by MARU, so let's have a look if this Hellion is going to be successful onto his hunt. Let's have a look at the Reaper. Still 0 kills on him, but let's have a look, is he going to jump somewhere up? But Hero of course is being prepared for this. As in comes the Reaper, going to try once again to be annoying. This position is a little bit not that well protected, and we once again see him go for Phoenixes. So yeah, the Phoenix is just to hold that Reaper at bay. And yeah, let's have a look if he's going to be too much commit to that, but now actually he's transitioning to the Twilight Council. We might see even some adept rush for Hero, it could be a possibility. We might see some Immortals. Let's have a look what exactly his plans are. As yeah, currently both players are pretty much establishing their expansion points here on the map. We see Hero once again moving out with his probe. He might do a proxy, but then again he already has a Stargate hidden in the back. Let's see what his plans are, as his first Phoenix is already taking quite some damage. And the MARU once again on the defense with those mines. Those mines are really, really strong against early Phoenixes, even against early Oracles. So yeah, let's have a look. Does he have a mine into this location? No. Yeah, let's see MARU on the move out. He's going to scout the map. Some adepts try to move here forward, but yeah, MARU holding the position really nicely. At the same time, Hero also takes his 6 o'clock, so really, really nicely, as he's hiding now a pylon. So let's see what his plans are. course, the Protoss can teleport some units if there is a warp gate being done. And yeah, these Hellions will stand, of course, no chance against those Adepts who will shade forward really soon. So now his takeout, let's have a look what exactly his plans are going to be. A gateway, so he might try to go for some Dark Templars. It is going to be, no, he's going for Blink, so Blink Stalkers with 3 gateways, even 4 gateways here, so this could be a nice timing push for Hero, but he also committed into another expansion. So let's have a look if this is going to work out for him against MARU. MARU at the same time preparing his inventory. Let's check his main. Has a factory and triple barracks, I believe it is, yes indeed, triple barracks with a starport. So the first stalkers are being teleported here towards the point, and yeah, let's see if Hero is going to pretty much commit. And some of that still just roaming around, still just having his position. Let's have a look, 5 stalkers here. We might see some more warp gates going on as some probes are also being transferred. And yes indeed, it is going to be mass stalkers for Hero. Already around 10 stalkers, and they can of course blink forward. There is no tank, there is just infantry, but let's not forget those mines. And let's see when exactly is going to be the timer for Hero to attack, as we are slowly but steadily closing at the 10-minute mark. The Adepts are also in position, they can of course back up those stalkers. And yeah, MARU still waits of course an attack. We have passed the 6-minute mark, but Hero has once again more workers than the Terran. Of course, nicely taking the position, having that gateway up, and now finally decides to move out with his stalkers, blinking here straight forward against the infantry. There is a bunker, but the bunker is going to be killed as those SCVs aren't that fast, and Hero with a nice micro killing some of those SCVs, killing the infantry, even taking out the outer turret really soon. So yeah, nice move by him, as MARU has to pull some SCVs. The mines will of course be really important here for MARU. And yeah, MARU tries of course to lure those stalkers, but yeah, that blink out just amazing by Hero, just dodging the mine kill. 7 SCVs already killed here for Hero against MARU. So yeah, Hero with a much better second game now against his opponent. Yeah, but MARU still has those mines up, and remember that Protoss not having any observer pretty much has to use blink, just like Bisu uses his dragoons in Broodwar. Hero is using those stalkers with blink against invisible mines. So yeah, nice job by Hero, and now he's actually pushing forward with some zealots. So the zealot will be used as cannon fodder against those mines, but the mines have already been sniped, so let's see how MARU is going to be doing. Nice linking out, but there are medivacs for MARU, and even reinforcements are coming, so his infantry should be fine. He's even spreading his units. The stalkers are pretty much hurt. Yeah, but that micro is really intense out of Hero. Let's check. We see a scan here going out. More and more gateways, so MARU pretty much knows what exactly is coming up. More and more ground units for Hero as he's moving forward with his zealots. The first mine shots do hit, and we also see some ravens going out. Great micro here by Hero, but still the upper ground belongs to MARU. So yeah, more and more zealots will be used as cannon fodder. Once again, the stalkers are hurt as this one mine stim is going up, so stimmed marines against those zealots. So much damage being taken. Yeah, but those medivacs are really doing miracles against those stalkers and against those zealots. However, if this goes on, and Hero might take another expansion here, we might see MARU actually lose this game. So let's see. Of course, if economic advantage is going to be here for Hero, he will of course take the game. So what exactly can MARU do if he's going to stay on the defense? Of course, more and more hordes of zealots and stalkers will come towards him. So in the end, he has to make a decision, perhaps just to use a small task force onto 2 medivacs. Pretty much he's under siege here by Hero. The Hero just coming forward, just poking around, just killing one unit after the other. Of course, every unit, every kills means really a lot. As finally Hero decides to abandon this position, as we have a raven now, and lots of infantry, even 6 mines, actually 5 for MARU. Question is, did MARU do another expansion? But hold on, we actually see a prism here with some zealots, so this will be really strong by Hero once again. Luring this time MARU into a trap. He just decided to retreat but it was a little bit of a trap once again. A nice mind game by both players. It's like MARU leading game number 1. Hero is now punishing him as well. 9 SCVs have been killed. The tech lab has fallen as well, as the reactor might fall here as well. And let's have a look how MARU is going to react to that. He's trying to move forward. The prism is moving out, so saves those zealots. F some chaos has been done here into the main from MARU. Nice game here by Hero. And remember, he's also preparing his expansions against the Terran, so just spreading those workers all over the place. 4 workers already for him. We might see a strong engagement in the middle of the map. MARU having more army than Hero, but Hero being much more mobile and having that economic advantage. Still, he needs perhaps some Colossus for some splash damage, but hold on, we actually see the SCVs being pulled. So much damage is being taken now here by Hero. This is now moving forward. Immortal has been nicely saved. The SCVs are in the front, so they are the cannon fodder. Even more and more SCVs are being pulled by MARU. This is pretty much an all-in at the 10-minute mark. Hero is pretty much under siege now. He's retreating towards his shield batteries. He has a dark shrine, so we might see some dark temples, but the kiting is really nice by MARU as he's kiting back and forward against all of those units. Really great stuff here, and so some immortals will fall here for Hero. So nice job by MARU with his infantry, with those SCVs. Interesting enough, the SCVs are in the back. You even see the Viking has landed here to take care of the job, as MARU pretty much overwhelmingly now here his opponent. And the Raven is nicely being added just against those Dark Temples, and we might see a base trade scenario here, but Hero has lost already 35 workers, but both of them pretty much the same worker count. Actually, Hero having more and more workers than MARU, as the reinforcements are actually getting sniped here by Hero, but MARU with a nice strategy, with a nice timing push, does even have some workers at home to mine. Yes, indeed, he does have some. So yeah, but the majority of SCVs are here into his main force, as he's once again going for those workers, going for another expansion point. So we have indeed a base trade scenario, as Hero is also bringing in some stalkers forward into the main from MARU. And yeah, let's have a look how this is going to work out. Army wise, MARU having more and more against Hero. 51 workers have been sniped, so let's see what exactly is going to happen. Of course, the Terran buildings are much more mobile, as they cannot float and just retreat. And yet the SCVs have to fight for their life, as just MARU keeps sniping nexus after nexus, and the workers are once again being trapped. The SCVs actually take care of those probes now, and there's so much damage being taken left and right by both players, as more and more workers. Hero has fallen to 3 workers now, so MARU looking really strong, and he just uplifts his fleet of command centers into the air. He could just spread all of those buildings all around the map, and the Hero has to, of course, kill those buildings as much as possible, as fast as possible, as those stalkers will of course take care of those command centers. And in comes MARU, however, with his main force. The stalkers are still here. We have a nice disable spell against that prism. Yeah, there is that fleet of buildings for MARU moving around the map, sadly not attacking for him. It will be very interesting to see those barracks attack, and even this starport looking like some sort of a gun, of a Yamamoto gun perhaps. And yeah, let's have a look how the game will unfold. Hero still has a base into the upper left part, as in comes MARU with his infantry, and I believe this could be the killing blow. Hero with only 2 workers, there is one of them. Some SCVs will fall, as Hero will be cannon fodder. But yeah, I believe, yes indeed, MARU is going to take this game. So such a nice base trade scenario by those 2 players in the end. MARU being able to take it, of course, with that infantry, with that stimmed infantry, the stimmed marines, the stimmed marauders, and everything, given the SCVs, giving cannon fodder towards his infantry. Nice. A pretty great earlier game, a nice harassment by Hero with his blinking stalkers back and forward with the zealots, but in the end, MARU just patiently waiting and attacking with a quite overwhelmingly force against his opponent. So yeah, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, this has been played on the Dreamhack in Valencia. There is the grand final of Hero versus MARU on the GSL, of course, on the Africa TV Studio YouTube channel. You might want to check that one out. So yes, thank you guys once again for watching. This is your host Tommy, signing out.